Hi, everybody. Welcome back to a new view on travel episode 9. We're getting on to 10. My name is 𝗖𝗲 Coleman and I am the manager of 𝗹𝒂𝒂𝒄𝒂𝒍 Travel. And we have the bottom screen here, we have Christine.
Hey everybody, I'm Christine from 𝗓𝒐𝒔𝒕 and I am here on the opposite side of the country in scorching hot British Columbia.
Tammy.
And I'm Tammy with Tropical Escapes, Destination Weddings and Travel Inc., located in the middle in Saskatchewan.
Yay! It's hot everywhere from coast to coast this week, which is good. It's getting people out there. We're here again to bring you the news, and not much has actually happened in the news lately in the last couple of weeks. So if you like our show and you want to be updated on future travel information, please be sure to join our Facebook page and subscribe to our YouTube channel. I'm sitting here in Boston with George Washington today, equally as hot here. Again, as I said, there's not a whole lot of news this week. Sunwing has gone ahead and revised its refund policy and is now accepting refunds for COVID traveling that they were only getting future travel credits before. So we have Transat and Air Canada. Mind you, if you are getting these refunds, you better get them in soon because some of them end very shortly to get these refunds back. Air Canada is launching a new digital tool through its mobile app to help customers and consumers securely scan their and upload their COVID vaccination certificate. So along with the ArriveCan app, Air Canada's now got their own, or they're working on it. They're doing a trial on it now. I was, again, that's actually literally all the news I really have this week. But I found something interesting. I don't know what I was looking at, but I found this thing. Google put out a huge survey, and there's proof that the pent-up demand for travel is enormous. 800% in 1 month. If you Google, can I travel? 800% they've seen that search grow in 1 month. So it's crazy. I think hotel searches and it was hotels. I forget what the other one was. It wasn't airlines, was 100% in less than a week. So that is nuts. I know I am so busy, as we all are getting there, and that's exciting to see. So Tammy, why don't you take it forward and tell us what's going on in the destinations out there?
We have Hawaii to eliminate COVID-19 testing for all vax travelers. TAP is to offer twice daily service to Lisbon from Toronto and Montreal starting in July. Dreams and Secrets Baja Mita Surf Resort, that's the new opening in Puerto Vallarta, is going to do a soft opening come July 1st. The resort will be 100%, but it's a soft opening, and then it should be ready to go for August 1st. And Tahiti is going to be reopening for vax Canadian travelers. So that's another option on the table there. And Sunwing's launching flights to sun destinations starting July 30th, following the ease of the border restrictions. And that's really kind of all I have for today too, or this week.
I also noticed that Germany and Switzerland, we just found out, 8 minutes ago, that they are now accepting fully vaccinated Canadians. So right. They are welcoming everybody back too, if you're fully vaccinated.
You're good to go, Doris.
Christine, again, not a whole lot of cruise news, but what's going on?
Not much. We're seeing more and more of these cruises that are trialing up again. We've got a couple that are happening still from the UK, and the first one actually from the US finally set sail. That was just this weekend. No issues with it so far. I think the testing and stuff that they're doing is really amazing. I had read that there were something like 16 passengers on board the ship who were not fully vaccinated, and they were all kids. So, it's really setting a good example of how safe it can be to travel once you're fully vaccinated.
Right.
The only other thing that's come up in the news is the Association of Canadian Port Authorities Cruise Committee, if that's a bit of a mouthful. Yes. They're basically speaking up about the whole cruise situation in Canada. And they're saying, look, we cannot wait until February 2022 in order for us to remove the ban on cruise vessels arriving in ports of over 100 passengers. They want to lift it to 500 currently and get some test cruises coming in the fall. And they also want to be very clear that Canada is open for cruising in 2022. So it's not going to make any difference to this year's cruise season. But because the Americans are really pushing to make those firm changes to the Passenger Vessel Services Act, which means that the cruise ships don't have to stop in Canada on the way to Alaska.
Right.
We want to make sure that that doesn't go through, because that would be devastating to the BC tourism industry. So if we can at least say, hey, look, you know, we're taking it here, we're taking it slow, but we're going to be back for you next year. You know, that would be a very good message to send out there. And that's basically it for cruising.
Right, right. Going forward, I think a big question that we're all getting right now is all the adults are being vaccinated and they're planning these trips and they're like, okay, well, what about the kids? Like,
Leave them at home.
they are staying at home for the first trip, I swear. But just to maybe make it a little bit more clear for some families out there, if you as parents are fully vaccinated and you have children traveling with you in destination, they can go. They don't have to quarantine in the hotel when you come back into Canada because the parents are vaccinated. They can go home, quarantine at home for 14 days, and then carry on. Everybody still has to do the PCR tests before and after. That's for everybody, but it's going to make things moving forward a little clearer until we can get some of these children vaccinated, that you can travel as families. And that's good. You go about your business and feel safe traveling as well.
So just to be clear, that means no school for the kids, but the adults can go back to work as long as they can find some kind of daycare or what have you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So everything's back to normal for the parents.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah, for sure.
If you're fully vaccinated.
Yeah. If you're fully vaccinated. If you're not, you're all going to be quarantining together. So
well,
good times.
You may not be going even still, right? Like if you're not vaccinated. So again, I don't want to push that. That's everybody's opinion. So but also, you know, how much safer is it going to be for us when we're traveling? How much cleaner is it going to be? How safe is it going to be on the plane? Christine, you know a lot about the you know, the recirculation or whatever it was.
So you know, they've opened up, at least here in BC, you know, the working in offices has been open for a long time. And we're going into our phase 3 of reopening tomorrow. Yay. So that'll change everything, because starting tomorrow, we do not have to wear masks indoors. It's not mandatory anymore. We've been under a state of emergency since last March. I don't think any other province in the country has been under that. So we're getting rid of a lot of restrictions. They are recommending that if you're not fully vaccinated, that you do still wear a mask indoors. But it'll be interesting. This will be a good way for people to segue into some of these more uncomfortable things that we haven't necessarily done. I haven't been on a plane for over a year.
Right.
But you know what? If you go into an office building or a restaurant where they've got the air conditioning and the air circulation and filters and stuff like that, the average air is fully circulated in the office about 12 times an hour, which I was a little bit surprised at. I think that's probably a fairly good filtered environment. Not all of them, definitely not my office. But on a plane, it's actually refreshed through HEPA filters. Now, these are the filters that they can remove like the virus from the air and all this kind of stuff. So I've read, right? And I'm no expert, but just telling you what I've read. They change the air fully about 20 times an hour, or for those of you that struggle with math things, basically it's about once every 2 to 3 minutes, the entire air on the cabin is circulated. And that's why, you know, when you get off, you're reaching for your eye drops and you're reaching for your moisturizer because it's just so dry in there, because
Yeah.
the air is changing so quickly.
Yeah.
So
well, that's good though.
yeah.
Yeah. And again, making even passengers feel safer while they're on the planes. Yeah. And again,
Well,
we
and
talked about that before, about just even their cleaning processes, about spraying down,
exactly.
like, and doing everything that they should have been doing for
Yeah.
a long time. But
Yeah, for sure.
there's going to be some extra costs for travel. I mean, you've got your package, you're done, you're booked, you're ready to go. Unfortunately, right now, until they lift some of these other bans, there's going to be extra costs there, and when you get home, it's not going to be quite so easy. But again, it doesn't seem to anybody I've talked to don't care. They know it. They're going anyway. They're
Yeah.
prepared to pay it. Tammy, do you know roughly a few different ones that, like, in destinations, that, do you know what they're charging for these
Yes.
PCR tests?
Yeah, I did a quick check, and pretty much most of our sun destinations, they have, through the resorts that you're booking with, they're going to be able to set you up either in the resort, or be able to help provide the information on where you can get your PCR test that you're going to need required to come back home to get on that plane.
Mhm.
So on average, and really, I kind of did a quick kind of Mexico and kind of all destinations in Mexico, Cabo. You're looking at about US $80 per person for your PCR test. Puerto Vallarta, anywhere depending on if it's going to be at a hospital or one of those clinics, 179 US. Cancun PCR tests really kind of range all over, but usually around $150 to $200. And then I noticed today that Charisma Resorts had put out a quick statement on kind of what the cost of their PCR tests and destination are.
Mhm.
And Jamaica, you're looking at about $140 US. The DR, only $81 US. And the Riviera Maya, about $132. When you're booking with the Charismas, these are the costs that they have associated with their
Right.
resorts. So
Right.
it's kind of a little bit
All over the map.
all over the map. It's going to be kind of the price of traveling right now. So
Yeah.
add on a couple $100 extra
Yeah.
each
Yeah.
way, just so that you can budget for that. And
Right.
that's what you're going to need right now until we start
Yeah.
these restrictions start easing up a little
Yeah.
bit more with
Yeah.
the testing.
Well,
Yeah.
I actually noticed that I was looking at prices just before the show, and I looked up one of the properties that I'm going to be staying at, which is a Sandos, and not Sandals, Sandos, Sandos. And they are offering, if you stay for 7 nights in their property or longer, they're offering the PCR test for free. So not the antigen test that the Americans get, but the proper PCR test, which is that in the lumbar, I think, is the other one that we accept. I know that's not the right word, but it's something similar. But they're offering it for free. I
For
believe the
Canadians?
Royal Canadians, yeah.
Oh,
If you were required
to
to
know.
show proof of a PCR test to return home, so whether you're Canadian, whether you're English, British, I should say, or wherever you're from, if you're required to have a PCR test, Sandos Resorts with a 7-night stay will cover that cost.
Mhm.
Royalton, I believe, is also doing that. So what's really interesting is seeing this evolve and seeing more and more resorts that are starting to include this, and just making it easier for
Right.
people to get back to
Yeah.
traveling again.
Exactly.
So that's heartening.
Exactly. And hopefully, again, soon as things are easing, maybe we'll see some of these PCR tests dropping, you know, it won't be necessary to have them anymore. So yeah, that's good. And everything's changing, like the in-flight service, like what are the airplanes being on the aircraft for their in-flight services? Back in December, what was it, Tammy, Sunwing or
I was with
WestJet,
on a
maybe?
WestJet.
WestJet had
WestJet.
got rid of all of their, no drinks, no nothing.
Right.
They
In
weren't
economy
serving
class.
anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Economy class,
So
you got a little bag of pretzels and a bottle of water. I
Right.
think maybe you could have got, or you could have requested soft drinks, I believe, but
Right.
no option to buy any alcohol in economy. And if you're staying in the premium section, the premium plus, you could receive wine, beer, no hard liquor, and a pre-made box of
Right.
hummus dip and crackers.
I like those. I do. You know what? I'm a total weirdo. I'm like the only travel agent I know that isn't afraid of flying, and I love airplane food. I think.
Oh my God.
But I know, right? But to be able to get that little box of, it's just like Christmas to me. I open it up and it's like, what kind of nuts are these? And at one point back before COVID, I was traveling so often that I would say that those peanuts on WestJet, so good. No, not the peanuts, sorry, the pretzels, so good.
Yeah.
We actually just used the last package, or I snuck the last package out of there in the pantry about 2 weeks ago, and it's gone. I need to travel again.
Well,
I
it's
miss
time,
having
time to get you back up in the air.
I miss having my mimosas as soon as I get on a plane, and that was kind of a bummer, but we made up for it once we got into destination. We sucked
Well,
it
we're
up
just going to
and-
have to try and fly business class or premium from now on.
yeah, for that.
Yeah.
Or make sure you bring your own food. Make sure you
Right.
bring your own snacks.
And
whatnot.
again,
don't
it's
bring
still
your own
not okay
drinks.
to bring your own booze.
No alcohol, but
No.
your snacks.
Yeah.
Fill up
No,
that
we booked,
carry-on with snacks.
We booked premium for this fall because it's my understanding that WestJet in premium is offering alcohol services. I mean, and you know, that's wine or beer.
Right.
But still, and plus I just like the extra leg room. All 5'5" of me needs that extra leg room. I did find out though on Air Canada that basically if you are flying domestically Air Canada, you can have you get a drink, like a non-alcoholic drink, and you can get pre-bought food on a domestic flight in economy.
Yeah.
If you're flying internationally, they do offer wine as well as a cold pre-boxed meal. If you're in premium economy, North America, you can get, again, drinks and a cold meal box, non-alcoholic drinks. If you're international, wine and a hot meal that's prepared.
Yep.
And then business class is they've gone gourmet. And that's an interesting thing that I think, Sherry, you had said some of the American airlines are doing, where they're bringing in gourmet chefs for their meals. So they've got now the hot meal service with beer or wine, and then international is beer, wine, or champagne.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, that's good. Good, exciting things. So I could only think of one, but what movies do you think will drive summer travel interests?
Ooh. Summer travel. Okay, I wasn't expecting summer travel. You put you threw a qualifier in there.
Yeah.
Well, it is summer.
And I'm not sure if summer travel, because I've never been there before, when's the better time to travel over to the UK, but some of my
summer.
favorite is it summer?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so I'm in the right zone here. So
Yeah.
for me, I always, once watching Game of Thrones, going to see Ireland, Scotland, Croatia, where they did the filming of that show, has piqued my interest definitely a lot more than it was never on my radar before. So I would definitely say those ones for sure.
Yeah. There's a lot of good ones. There's Lucca in the Italian Riviera. My favorite one is it's a go-to because I just think it's funny and I can picture it. It would certainly happen to me. It's just a vacation with Chevy Chase on a Wally World. It's kind of like a Route 66 for me. I want to drive.
Right.
I don't think I want to punch a moose in the nose when I get there, but maybe by the end of the trip you might. That would always pique my summer vacation.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Yeah. I don't know.
That's
My
good.
first thought was The Hangover,
Oh, God.
but maybe with less dire results.
No tattoos or broken teeth.
No, exactly. You know, with our casinos, again, more BC closure notice. Our BC casinos have been closed since last March.
Right.
and they reopen tomorrow, limited
Oh,
capacity
nice.
for the first time.
Nice.
Nice.
So of course that's got me thinking about Las Vegas, the movie
Yeah.
The Hangover,
Yeah.
maybe having a few extra cocktails that one wouldn't normally have,
Right.
but without the roofies.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I don't want to
Or the
lose a
monkey.
friend either.
Yeah.
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 I know that Windsor, the Caesars Windsor Casino here in Ontario, they're working on reopening as well. Don't sure when yet exactly, but I did read something that they were hiring people back and getting ready to reopen for when. So I assume that it's soon, I hope.
Good.
So yeah, that's good too. The borders hopefully will open on the 21st. Fingers crossed. Still looking for that one.
I
have a
think
sneaky
that's what it
feeling-
feels like.
Here's
Yeah.
something within weeks, he says, not months. So
I know, but we talked about this already. They've gone on holidays now. They're closed for the summer. So.
Yeah.
well, I don't think he needs his cabinet to make this decision.
No,
he hasn't really
no.
consulted the
Yeah.
cabinet since. So
Yeah. Well,
Hopefully.
hopefully, again, for 2022, if you guys are planning on trying to get a vacation in, it's hard to grab space. It's already, I can't say it enough. I'm not saying it for any other reason than if you want to go, you better be booking now or you're not going. I have a group right now that I'm putting together, ready to send in. And there's like 8 different room categories they have. They can only get the 2 base ones. Like your
Wow.
garden view and ocean view. That's all they have. The family suites are gone. Everything's gone. The hotel's almost sold out. Now, remember, these hotels, again, we've talked about, are still sitting at, max maybe 70, 75%. And that could be a reason why too, but they're selling out. It's going to be hard to
a lot
get.
of our suppliers too, their early booking bonuses end at the end of the month as well.
They do. Yep.
So,
Today.
Yeah.
Yep.
Today. Right.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
the
another
The
2
30th.
days
Yeah.
into-
Yeah.
I can't believe we're at the end of June already.
Well, Sunwing has 1 more week left. I think they extended theirs till July 5th. But
I'm
Air
hoping
Canada's
that
is
they
done
all
today.
do. I'm
I
hoping
know,
that they
I know.
do a surprise announcement this afternoon
Yeah, that would be nice to see.
and extend it. But
Yeah.
but if not, folks, tonight your homework is to book your trips, and whether it's domestic flights or what have you. You know what? Now is the time to book while the flexibility is there to make changes.
Yeah, exactly. And they're making it very easy for once, because they've never done this before. It's always been very difficult to do
Mhm.
any changes to any bookings once it was booked. So
Yeah.
this is, it's good. It's good that they're doing it. But I would definitely try and be taking advantage of it. Again, I hope they extend it as well, but
Yeah,
um,
fingers crossed.
fingers crossed. We have a few happy drink days coming forward, Tammy.
We do. Today is Mai Tai Day, July 1st, which is going to be Canada Day. So happy Canada Day, long weekend to everybody.
Yeah,
And it's also
cheers.
going to be National Wine Cooler Day. And then July 4th, we'll say Happy Independence Day to all our friends in the US. So cheers, everybody.
Cheers to that.
My cooler. Cheers.
I thought July would have, sorry, yeah, we are going into July. I thought they would have a lot more summer drinks.
Well, it's just the beginning of July, maybe next
Yes, maybe next time.
next
Our
week
next
or-
show,
yeah,
June
next-
30th.
Next show.
And
I'll make up
again,
for
if
it.
something happens,
This is June 30th.
I'm, you know what? It's been a busy week. Cut me some slack. I don't know.
And we're doing
our
it
next-
on Wednesdays, so this show's on
I know, I'm
Wednesdays,
kind
so
of,
it's a
yeah,
little
I'm
out of-
off a little bit here.
Yeah.
Yeah, tomorrow.
Next show is July 16th.
July 16th.
No, not July 16th. Is that right?
We
Yeah.
don't even know. The
Seems like
9th.
so far away.
It'd be the 9th, wouldn't it? No?
No, that's next Friday.
No. Yeah, you're 16th. You're right. Holy smokes.
It's like
Look at us go halfway through July.
Yeah.
And again, if we do get any more news on any border updates or anything that's very exciting coming forward, we will go live again. But yeah, we thought we'd do it today, Wednesday, just to be able to wish everybody a happy Canada Day and
Happy long weekend.
holiday and yeah, long weekends for some. I guess, I don't know. Do you guys, I know sometimes here people they work tomorrow, but take Friday off to make it a long weekend, or I don't know how you guys
Yeah.
do it in other provinces, but I not everybody does it like that here, but I think it's an option for some. So
Yeah. Colin does that. He'll
Yeah.
be doing that.
Oh, good. Good.
I'm taking
Me,
them
I
both.
might take both just to make it an extra long.
Well, I really wish
See
I
how
could,
busy
because
I
I
am,
I
yeah.
can tell you right now that I will be working tomorrow and Friday.
I've been busy with Sunwing refunds right now, so hopefully I can get them caught up
Yes,
and then
those two.
enjoy.
Yeah. So yeah, that's really kind of the end of the show today. It's short and sweet, and want to again say thanks for watching. And if you enjoyed the show, don't forget to give us a thumbs up on our YouTube channel and subscribe. And Tammy, our Facebook page is
Facebook/group/A New View on Travel. Be sure to like us.
You always say that so cute. Anyway, thanks for spending time with us today. We really appreciate you watching the show, and we hope you enjoyed it. It's again, it's fun for us. I don't know, it's information for you guys, but I think it's fun for the three of us to do this, just because we're excited, and
It keeps us updated too with what's going on.
it does. Yeah.
things are
It's
changing
formative,
so much.
the three of us talking back and forth and what's going on in every different province too. So we'll again, I guess it's the 16th of July. We'll see you again, and we will share our thoughts on A New View on Travel once again. So have a good long weekend, everyone.
Good long weekend.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.